This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers. With that, let's get out to Southern California with the call from Los Angeles. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
One way you become the all-time leading passer for your team is pure talent, and Phillip Rivers has plenty of that. But there's also dedication to your craft and the willingness to get better all the time. Phillip Rivers has a van set up with a driver so that when he goes to and from practice, he's able to watch tape and find ways to improve his mechanics each and every day.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. This is caught. It's Cooks. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On first down, it's Gurley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On the counter, Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So out come the Chargers. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the interception here, Rivers. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The defense here for the Rams.
I'm focused here on Aqib Talib. Into his 30s now, but still playing at an extremely high level. It has a reputation as a ball magnet. And a lot of people think that means the ball just comes right to him. No, he goes and gets it, both in interceptions, forces fumbles, and oftentimes turns it into 6 points for his own team.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, He can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, but they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. Rivers now from the 50. It's complete to Watt. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they'll bring him down here right. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, When you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. Rivers, he's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. A first down throw here for Rivers. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Rivers now to throw on first down. And this one complete to Virgil Green. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rivers again. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Carr. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Get down!
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Mikel Roby brings him down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there. Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open. I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there. The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Get down. 185.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We might start getting some props here in the booth. That one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. But so far, solid, and we're still in the third quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that may be...
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down on 2-yard line. You're not in desperation mode here. What do? You go to the ground, you pass. I guess either's an option.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much you trust the guy who throws the football. Because if you trust him, now's a great time for a little play action and going up top.
180.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So maybe the defense will have to kickstart the offense here. The first points of the game comes from that defensive unit.
Yeah, sometimes you get together and you say, hey, maybe it's on us today. We have to go out and force the issue and make a play and get everyone else going.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Wide open, Gronkowski. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty is Gurley. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They go play action here on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this 3rd quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right? The one that finds a way to make the big catches, the ones that break the backs of defenses, keep 1st downs, accumulating. I think he's that and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. We'll see if he can make this good game a great game. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Ready. Block the team.
Play action now. Rivers. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, ready. Set 180.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Keenan Allen, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Throwing, Rivers. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for L.A. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Yeah, he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Carl try it again on 2nd down. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Now, 180.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Get down, get down.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Get down.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He'll look to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Get down. 185.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll go on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Donnie Jones now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Now it's Peterson. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. To throw his Carr. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. The Rams on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Carr to throw. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And a big 32-yard play on third. And now he clocks it with 19 seconds remaining. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Back to throw. Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Todd Gurley standing by as lonesome in the backfield here. Second and goal. One final try now for Carr. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Rob Gronkowski finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Brandon, you know I love boxing, right? You know I love big fights, right? I had given them the standing 8 count a few times along the way. And look at how this one ended.
Yeah, they had, well, I guess 9 lives, just like a cat, kept fighting, and they're in the end making the huge play to get the game winner.
I guess that's the epitome of you always have a puncher's chance.
We still have to try the extra point, so this is not a done deal yet. And he put